All right, fastest 15 minutes on the internet, fastest 15 minutes in social media. Want to talk a little bit about some spirituality, some Kemetic and uh, Nubian spirituality. Anyway, so these dudes, they came at me yesterday. I blocked them though. They blocked big time. Blocked. And so they talk about how woke they are and all this kind of stuff. First of all, if you're woke, you don't have to put down other black folks. Okay? I mean, there's a difference. We can disagree, but name calling and all that stuff is unnecessary. And we throw the coon word around and all that kind of stuff and sell out and all that kind of stuff. But what I'm talking about is like when you start making personal attacks and you don't even know somebody. It's like you don't know, or you don't even have a clue about what they've done or anything like that. You don't know. So my bottom line is like, stop doing that to black people. And black men and especially, it's ridiculous that if I go on and I say something and you don't agree with it, fine. We can agree to disagree. That's fine. But at the end of the day, we're still brothers. And here's the thing. That's why I wanted to talk today about the universal law of universal oneness. And no matter how much you hate white folks or whatever, or whatever, but you got to understand that we're all a part of one another. And that's the thing that a lot of woke people don't realize. So I'm going in on y'all today because of the fact that you have to realize that we're all in this together. It's like, no matter what look, Donald Trump is on the earth along at the same time, simultaneously with you. And so the analogy that I always give, my son is like, when I'm talking to him, I'm like, look, okay, if you're riding down the street, think about it like this. There's like a whole bunch of parallel universes going on at the same time, because technically we're all, free. We're all spiritual free agents. We're just spirits rolling around in the universe, right? So if you're riding down the street, say you're on the freeway, and I know y'all people in Los Angeles and in Atlanta, y'all can, and DC on the Beltway, I know y'all can all deal with this, but look, it's like, think about all of those cars. And there's conversations going on in all of those cars, or there's different things, different media, different whatever going on in every single one of those cars. All right. And what's going on in those cars is basically developing their mental state and their psyche, right? So that's how we get all of these different things going on, and people think all these different things. And half of it is not grounded, in universal law or in the truth. Let me say that again. Half of it is not grounded in universal law or the truth. It's grounded in what? It's grounded in trying to psych you out, kind of, so to speak. All right. So that's why I'm always saying, it's like, look, even though you may have a difference of opinion with somebody, the bottom line is that we're all in this together. All right. Now, here's the next deal. Because of that, and that's what I try to tell all these woke, I'm woke. I consider myself to be woke. But here's the thing. When you know that something exists or something doesn't exist, then just admit it. And stop trying to, the cognitive dissonance, stop being in the cognitive dissonance crew. This is like one of the biggest lies that's being told right now is that nobody died, for you to vote. Or this is the white man system. Once again, it's not the white man system. The white man, in fact, there's a book called Black People Invented Everything. What they did was they tweaked the system to their advantage. That's what they did. So they tweaked the system to their advantage. With slavery, what was slavery? Slavery replaced the universal law of action or the universal law of work, right? So they didn't have to work. That's what slavery is. Slavery is nothing but them being able to get people to do their work for them so that they wouldn't have to. And whether you like it or not, it was a business move. Let's be honest. And the reason why they don't want to come down, they don't want to come down off of the slavery is because, it made them rich, and money is the god of the United States. Money is their god. In God we trust. Government of defense. The government set up what? To protect white, rich businessmen and landowners. Not even, and once again, not white women. Not. It was all about males. And once again, that goes back to what I was talking about with getting rid of the matriarchal society, because the matriarchal society is loving and caring. The patriarchal society, women don't start wars and stuff like that. Women never sit around and go, yeah, we're going to shoot up all these people and kill all these people. All of the biggest atrocities in the history of the world, and history proves it out. Facts. Men have started all the major atrocities ever in the history of the world, bar none. So when you sit up there and you're talking about, look, women, once again, are the conduit, are a spiritual conduit. They talk to God on a constant basis, if there is such thing as God, right? Or they're talking to the universe. They're talking to them, just like my wife called me this morning, and we had talked last night, and we had made some things that we were gonna do, and she was like, hey, I saw this, so don't do this. And the first thing I said was, okay. but I could have that whole matriarchal thing and be like, I ain't doing that. I'm doing what I want to do because I'm the king, I'm the boss, I'm the head of this family. Sit down. But if the Most High didn't tell me, but the Most High talked to her, that's why we a team. The two became one. Okay, I'm going a little too deep for y'all, huh? So get that in mind. And so the Roman and Greek, all of that stuff, it all came about because they just wanted to dominate and control everybody. And see, in African spirituality, we even the word Africa is a sign, or America, or all of the names of everything. They changed the names of everything on the planet so that they could control you. Me, everybody else. Wasn't no Africa. It was Al-Kabulon, land of blacks. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. You can't get into constructs and be like, because the constructs that you're in are, and then they're recent. They're like America, South America, North America, all of that is all recent. And now, thank you to one of my friends. They just came out with a new study about the Sphinx. Heru on the horizon, right? Now, okay, the old estimate was that it was over 50,000 years old, based on the water markings on the paws, the paws like go out from the head of the Sphinx, and that area used to be underwater. And the water, obviously, because it was underwater, or there was water surrounding it, the water moved or changed over time, and then sand, and then all kinds of things. So they did an evaluation of that, and when they did that evaluation, they determined that those markings were at least 50,000 years old. So guess what? So they did a further investigation, and look, because I know y'all love the white man. Because y'all love the white man. The white man has determined that archaeological study, geological surveys, all of this stuff that they've done, and they have determined now that the Sphinx is 800,000 years old. So, once again, that does away with all religion. Every single religion. And we know, and the only thing is just, so Heru, we knew, so now we know that Heru is 800,000 years old, at least. And this has been deterred. And look, they try everything they can to suppress this information because they don't want it out there. It's just like, and all these people keep coming up talking about this, that, and the other thing, Hebrews, all that stuff. It's ridiculous. I read some of this stuff and I just sit there and I laugh so hard because all of the principles, if you just study Kemet and Cush and Ethiopia, those are the only three places you really got to study, and once you study and you get that spirituality and you understand it, you vibrate. People ask, how, every now and then, I get, because correspondence, you're going to go down, you're going to have your ups and downs. But the bottom line is the reason why you can vibrate high is because you understand the universe. So the idea of universal oneness, or the idea of universal love, or the idea, that everything has to be in balance, mayat, that everything should be just and equal and all that kind of stuff. Men don't have that. Only women really possess those traits. And that's why mayat, the netter mayat is a woman with the scales, which the United States government turned around into what? The woman holding the scales blindfolded, with the snake, the Kundalini energy. That's what I be trying to tell y'all. Y'all don't realize everything that y'all do came from Africa. Alkebulan. I just use Africa so y'all understand what I'm talking about. So the people that don't know what Alkebulan is, Alkebulan was the original name of Africa. So that's why I'm trying to tell y'all, get into the spirituality. Get out of those religions. Those religions are slave religions. They were created to enslave you, and they were forced upon you at the end of a whip or a sword or a gun or whatever. So you got free will, but somebody got a gun pointed at your head. That's not exactly free will. I mean, I'm just saying, just putting that out there. All right. So get into the proper mode of spirituality. Because there's no reason to be religious. All that stuff, just like I said, the Catholic Church realized that it was messed up, and they started doing Hail Marys and worshiping Mary and putting statues of Mary all around. Why? Because they took the feminine energy out of the Trinity. The Trinity is family. The Trinity is love. The Trinity is, hold up and this, that. But we don't realize that. And then people that go to church, they whole life die and still don't realize what's going on. And that's on purpose, because they don't want you to know what's going on. They want you to be a slave. And no matter, even if they paying you money, but if they not paying you enough money, guess what? You're still a slave. And that's why jobs, people talk about, oh yeah, they sent the jobs out of the country. No, they didn't. Because those ain't really jobs. So I got a guy in Indonesia making tennis shoes and paying him $1 a day. And, and he can barely eat or feed his family. So realize what's going on. Realize it. And like I said, the patriarch is there for a reason. Now, don't get me wrong. Men are important. Men are important because of what? Because men are also there to carry out what? The work ethic. So when people talk to me, they don't want to, y'all don't want to know what I know. and that's why they try to keep this stuff away from us. But as soon as you start talking, everybody black don't want to hear nothing from nobody black. They want to hear it from the white man. So let it be known, the white man discovered that Heru is over 800,000 years old. That's what, in fact, and if you read the Bible, and my son just brought this up, he was like, yeah, talking about the Bible is a book of astrology. It's a book of astrotheology. It talks about the stars and the heavens. Because if you were on Earth, say you were on Earth 800,000 years ago, what was here? Nothing. The only thing you can do is look up in the sky and then figure out, hey, what is this? What is that? And that's what our ancestors did. That's exactly what our ancestors did. Anyway, Fastest 15 Minutes is up. My name is Judson Powell. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit all the buttons for me. But most of all, remember, universal love and universal oneness. Everybody is here. You just driving a different car.